Alright, so hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading. I have 4 decks here. I have one deck, deck number 1, Rose Quartz, deck number 2 is Hematite, deck number 3 is Peacock Ore, and deck number 4 is Carnelian. So I was called by Spirit today to kind of do a reading for people, things that you might need to know right away. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so you can just take a second to choose your deck. You can pause the video here if you need a few minutes, take a deep breath, and just go with your first intuition choice. Alright, so now that you've had a chance to look over the cards, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in, starting with pile 1. Alright, pile 1. So you chose Rose Quartz for your stone today. So I did go ahead and pull some cards and shuffle these ahead of time just to save some time because this will probably be a long video. So I am using today The Universe Has Your Back, the Wild Unknown Tarot. I'm also using Energy Oracle cards. Alright, group 1, we're going to dive right in onto things that you need to know, messages from the universe. Alright, so first cards that I have here are from the Universe Has Your Back deck. The first card you have is, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are real and natural. Actually, it just says natural, but you know, it is what it is. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. So that's kind of going to set the tone for this reading today. Alright, we're going to go ahead and jump into the Wild Unknown Tarot. So this is you, the Ace of Swords. That's a very, truth card, mental clarity. You have the lightning in the back, your sword's illuminated, you have lots of color on there going on. So you are, at this, at the base of your truth. There's a very truth-seeking, like honest-minded person, clear thinker. You strive to find the truth in things. Alright, so crossed by the Wheel of Fortune. So you might be at this sunny part of your life right now, and you might be coming into a darker cycle. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing either. Life is full of cycles and progress is never linear. So you have summer, but you also have winter. There's things that you need to have to balance it out. And you might be going through something that, might be a little bit hard. And I just got the word finances from Spirit. So you could be having some financial trouble right now that, has crossed your mind there. So the root of this problem is the 5 of Wands. So you're very scattered right now. You're very disoriented. You don't really know what's going on. You don't, you might have forgotten even what day of the week it is. You're very, very scattered right now. You're not thinking clearly. Something has, well, with this cycle, it has totally thrown you off balance of the true person that you are with thinking clearly and like, knowing the truth and being very logical. Alright, past. I have the Empress. So the Empress is the mother card. That's your nurturing card, being connected with nature. Maybe that, you haven't been going outside as much lately. You haven't been doing things that, you usually are doing. Maybe you're a new mom. Maybe your friendship with your mother, needs to be worked on a little bit. And you just need to maybe connect with your mom or connect with the maternal people in your life. And maybe, maybe you, like I said, you're a new mom or you just found out you're pregnant and it might have just thrown you into a whole tizzy because it's more of an emotional thing. All right, so your goals is your Three of Pentacles. And that's very interesting because I just talked about, how you might want to seek support. So seeking support, this is all about seeking support from your friends. You have this mountain ahead of you. It's not a dark mountain. It's very light, but it's still quite the climb. And you might be scared to do so. You might be feeling tired. You might need that little extra push from your friends to be able to say, hey, like, you can do this, let's help you out. And with the pentacles being, like family and, the house and finances, maybe a friend's going to help you out with a living situation. Maybe a friend's going to help you out with some money. Look out for the people that are around you and reach out for help. You're feeling scattered and you can't really do this on your own. This is a cycle and it's telling you, you need to kind of focus on other people because your mind right now is not able to kind of handle what it needs to. So on relying on the people that you have in your life who are trustworthy, that kind of eliminates a little bit of the stress. Future, you have Son of Cups. So Son of Cups is a very introspective card. It's like kind of looking in. He's a very creative. His goblet here, is full of light and brightness. He's very creative, might be a very, vibrant person, but at the base of it, he's a very intense person. So he might be hard to kind of, place and put one label on. So, I mean, this could be a child that you have. This could be who you're becoming. So the sun is young, so, you might be a younger person, or this could be a baby. But yeah, this is a very introspective card, and that's coming up for your future, is looking on the inside. All right, so who do I have for you? You are the Nine of Wands. All right, so that's actually I love this card. A lot of people they're kind of touch and go on it, but you have the staircase here, and all of these wands, they're actually more like logs. They've been growing for a long time, and this shows me that you have put in place all of these steps in the past to get to where you're going right now. And it looks scary, and you might be tired, and you might be exhausted from this climb, but you have friends, and you have maybe your mom or a maternal person, maybe somebody on your maternal side of the family to help you out. They're going to be your little cheerleaders to push you up the last few steps. So, you're a very strong, persevering person. So I would not be, afraid of this climb if I were you. I think you're a lot stronger than you think. All right. So, Daughter of Cups. Outside influences. So, or just, external influences. So, Daughter of Cups is very lovable, very sweet, very kind. She is just adorable, this little duckling. She is gosling, because I think she's a swan, but whatever. She is bursting full of, this rainbow light. She's a very vibrant person and very beautiful on the inside and out. However, though, she is unstable when she gets very emotional. She's very sensitive. She's floating on water, so it's always changing. You never really know, what you're going to expect with your emotions. So that's kind of something that's coming at you. It could be you. I feel like it's you for a lot of you in this group, but it could be for some of you that it's a younger person, a younger feminine person, no specifics on gender, but somebody is influencing into your life. Maybe they're really, really emotional and this situation is not helping you. So, just be careful about who you have in your life, and be careful about your own emotions, and make sure that the people that you have are very strong and supportive, but their emotions are not going to weigh you down, and they're going to make sure that your emotions don't weigh you down either. All right, hopes and fears. You have the Hierophant. All right, so the Hierophant is a mentor, is a teacher, very wise, very spiritual, and I have a feeling that this is telling me that you are meant to be on a very spiritual path. Your purpose is very spiritual, and you know, you want that, but at the same time it really scares you. This is a fear that you have. You don't necessarily believe in yourself, you know, or the things that it involves might be a little bit scary to you. You don't really know where you stand with it. And, you know, with the Hierophant and you know, having the future, you're being very introspective, so that's positive. That's a really good card. So, you know, these hopes and fears, I really do feel that your hopes are going to be better. Like, you know, your hopes are going to outweigh your fears in this situation, and your outcome is the Six of Pentacles. So that's actually perfect. So, you know, when I talked about finances, you're going to be definitely reaping more than you thought you would. Definitely. You know, you sowed your seeds and it's come to fruit, it's ripened, it's time to pick them, and there's actually a lot more there than you thought there was. And so there might be a surprise finances coming around, you know, like it could be from a friend, from a maternal person, but you know, these people in your life are definitely going to help you, and it's just a cycle, and the cycles always turn, you know, seasons always change, can't stop that from changing. So definitely try to be a little bit more logical. Try to keep with your Ace of Swords self, with that mental clarity and that truth seeking. Ask your friends and families to kind of monitor that for you, and you know, keep that Daughter of Cups in the negative at bay. You know, keep that emotional instability on the down low as much as you can. All right, so I'm going to go ahead with the Energy Oracle cards. You have Door to Value. That's perfect. So, like I said, your money situation is going to be changing. It's different than you think that you might be getting. You might be getting more money than you think. Like, you know, it is tax time. You know, with this pandemic going on, there might be funds for you that you weren't sure about before. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. All right, so this is your third eye chakra. And, you know, the Archangel Metatron is all about that spirituality, right? So definitely this resonates with your Son of Cups, your introspection, and your Hierophant. Definitely look on the inside and, you know, remember that strength. Like, you are the 9 of Wands. Like, you have that strength and that perseverance, and definitely rely on that. And, you know, delve into your spirituality a little bit more, because you have that. Next, we have Adjacent Possibilities. So if you notice here, we have one door that's closed and all of the rest of them are open. So I definitely think that, you know, this one door closing probably shook your foundations. You're not really sure how to think about it, but you're not realizing that all of these other doors are opening, and it's just a little bit of hard work and perseverance and climbing a little bit closer to the horizon, and, you know, to get you there. And, you know, there's people in your life who will help you do that. So it's not going to be as scary as you think. All right, so I'm going into the notes from the universe on love and connection. We have earlier disappointments were just rehearsal for the great stuff coming your way. Never regret love. No matter how blind, it improved your vision. No matter how foolish, it made you wiser. And no matter how generous, it made you more. Hubba hubba, love the universe. So that's really interesting to me with your, like, great stuff coming your way. Maybe you're a new mom that's single now, you know, stuff happens. But this is definitely reassurance from the universe that, you know, things are going to come good your way. Don't worry about those finances. Don't worry about, you know, the fact that you might be a little bit scattered. It's okay to be scattered sometimes, and it's okay to ask for help. So definitely do that. And I also have, there's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. Guidance, attention, help, maybe. Love always. Criticism, never. The question was, what to give others, if anything at all? Isn't it fun being you? All right, so definitely, like, you know, guidance, get that help, you know, like, and definitely love, get that love from your friends and family, your support system, but don't be critical, you know, you're not really in a place to be critical, and you got to be careful with, you know, your little, Daughter of Cups, because she is very emotional, and when you get emotional and unstable, maybe you can lash out, maybe you can assume things about people that aren't necessarily true, and, you know, you gotta watch that, because just because your mind is clear in the past right now, you know, your root cause is the fact that you're scatterbrained. So don't be too critical of people. You know, give like whatever you can to others. Now's the time to be generous with the things that you can give. I mean, finances you might not be able to, but maybe you have a spiritual gift that you can give people. So definitely consider that. All right. All right, so that is your reading for this week on something that you need to know from the universe, group 1. Thank you so much for coming. Hit that like button and subscribe if this resonated with you. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye. All right, group 2. You chose the hematite stone. So we're going to start off with the universe has your back. Little message from the universe. All right. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. I love this card. So, you know, keep that in mind. This is definitely something that's a harder card to do. Keeping, you know, changing a perspective of the way that you might have seen somebody before. And I am the dreamer of my dream. All right, group 2. We are going to go ahead and dive into the Wild Unknown Tarot for you. So you are a very nostalgic person. Maybe you're very, you know, silly and fun-loving. You know, you might be a little bit, not childish, but you enjoy the funner things in life. You definitely have good memories of your childhood, and they follow you like throughout your life. And, you know, you reminisce back, and you remember how it felt when you were young, and you want to have that in your life again. Excuse me. Alright, so crossed by the Son of Swords. Interesting. So this is definitely a very reckless energy. Very, very fast moving. It's kind of, you know, shoot first, ask questions later type type energy. So, you know, maybe you're up on the tear a little bit. It's kind of shaking up that that energy for you. All right, so the root cause of this problem. The 5 of Cups. All right, so you might be grieving, you might be disappointed, you might have had something happen that, you know, you weren't expecting, and it kind of didn't turn out for the best, you know, and it's not something that you're handling well. Definitely with this Shadow of the Past card. It could have been a bad situation in the past, and now you're grieving, or, you know, definitely I feel like this, for some of you, maybe somebody has passed away before you were able to finish like a type of, you know, conversation with them. But for most of you, I feel like maybe you have a trauma from somebody that, you know, maybe you thought you had expectations for them that were higher than they could fulfill, and that's not because your expectations were too much, it's just because it was not compatible with them as a person, and so you're grieving, you're disappointed, you're not really remembering to look around you for the things that you are grateful for. So, alright, past. Son of Wands. Interesting. Alright, so you could have been, I have a definite feeling that this is more of a masculine reading, but you could have been, you know, Son of Wands is very charming. He's very powerful, very attentive. He is very, you know, aware of things that are going on. He is very, very kind, but, you know, as with all of the Wands family, they are not somebody that you want to cross, so you could have a bit of a temper, and that's definitely where this might come in, the Son of Swords. You might have a temper, and you might be getting a little bit too up in arms about it, and you need to a little bit slow down, because when you get very, very up and antsy with that hot temper and this action, you don't see everything that's going on around you that you need to be aware of. You get very tunnel vision, and it's all in for the kill, and there's not any, you know, introspection about how this can affect you and how it can affect other people by your reactions. So definitely, I love this card. It's a beautiful card. You could be a fire sign. Maybe you have a little bit of air mixed in there. But yeah, I definitely get the feeling that you're a very, you know, reliable, reliable stand-up person in the past, but right now you might be, you know, trying to deal, and you could be trying to heal your inner child as well. But it's the way you're going at it is, you need a little bit more grace. A little bit more grace, because the Son of Swords ain't graceful at all. I'm sorry about it, but he ain't. He is not. He is not today or ever. All right, so your goals, the Magician, awesome. So, you know, Magician is a very calm, very, like, it's a quick action card, you know, that's a cheetah, but he's a master of all elements, very powerful. So, you know, maybe you're really hoping to, like, grow your skills and things and have it to be very, you know, quick and easy and very natural to you. But, like I said, you need to make yourself aware that you are grieving and that you are disappointed, and instead of maybe moving on to the next thing or like going in for the kill, you need to slow down. You need to slow down and try to definitely hone in that Magician energy that is your goal to have. Future, interesting. 10 of Wands. So this is, you know, it's blocked up. This is a burden card. This is a no entrance zone, y'all. This is not happening. This is cut off. There is a light on the other side of that, but barely. And, you know, it's like a wall. This is a complete, like, obstacle. And, you know, this is telling me, you know, the way that you're heading now, if you don't change this, because the future is always changeable. You have choices, y'all. But if you don't, you are going to just be hitting a wall. And you're not going to be really taking into, you're not going to be, you know, taking into fact that there are other ways out. If you don't get rid of that tunnel vision right now, you're going to end up flying right into that whole wall, and it ain't going to feel very good, y'all. You, the Daughter of Swords, interesting. Very, very bright person. You are an all-seer. So you might be a little bit quiet, a little bit shy. Just making sure my camera's still recording because it likes to shut off. You might be a little bit shy, but you're a truth seer. You really respect the truth. You look for the truth. You observe everything. But at the same time, you're an overthinker, which is exactly why you're sitting here in your grief and your disappointment. And, you know, it's maybe a little bit of a hard thing to, you know, temper. You can be very critical when you're upset. You definitely observe everything, and you might throw that back in people's faces if you're not too careful. So definitely take into account that, you know, the words that you say have power, that you're still a little bit of a young one. You are a spiritual person. You definitely have all these little sparks of hope and spirituality going on in there. But when you're not doing well, it's best to maybe stay a little bit quiet and observe the happenings, but don't get too riled up about the happenings at the same time, because it's just going to end you up in a hard spot that you're not going to be able to get through or out of. Alright, so external influences. You have the Three of Wands. This is a great card. So the Three of Wands, you have all of these little light supporters here. These are your friends, your support system. They're holding you together right now. However, they're holding you together until you are able to actually see through that portal of things that you're supposed to perceive on your own. You know, so they could have been supporting you through, you know, this whole thing with this loss, with this grief, this disappointment, and that's great, but it's time to step up on your own, honey. You know, like, take a little leap into that beautiful, beautiful rainbow watercolor world, hunty. Like, this is a time for you to take a stand, step up, get back into that power of that Son of Wands, and make sure that you know, are able to do things on your own. Maybe you're a little bit more reliable on people than you should have been. You're the dreamer of your dream. You have power to do anything that you want. You know, so the more you stay here in this Five of Cups, the more disappointment you're going to get, the more grief you're going to get, because you are the dreamer of your dream. You want to be the magician. You have to see people through the eyes of love. You have to change your perspective, or else it's not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to completely block anything that is coming your way from happening. Hopes and fears. All right, so you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a family card. So I definitely have a feeling that this is about your family. You know, maybe somebody in your family kind of did you dirty. Maybe they weren't as reliable as you thought. But this is definitely a beautiful card. Here's like your little nest almost. This is your family. You are able to have, you know, connections with people. It's all just a beautiful energy, very vibrant. You know, you're, you know, connecting with people. Everything's balanced in here. It's beautiful. It's just light and easy and airy. So, you know, things that, you know, that's, you know, it scares you. It scares you to have that though. And it could be because of your past. But at the same time, you want it. And it's better to want that, because when you have that support system, instead of just going it alone, because all I see here is one person, one tree standing alone, one connected wall. You are doing this by yourself, and you should not be. You should not be. You need this support, this external influence. You need the support of people to be able to have this, and this is a wonderful thing to have, you know. But don't go it alone. Don't go it alone, or else you're going to end up here. All right, and the outcome. Oh, beautiful! Nine of Cups. Everything is gorgeous. The outcome is amazing. This is everything you could ever want. You have abundance. All your cups are full. Your moon's here. Your emotions are looked after. This is a growth in a way too, you know. This is total, complete bliss. This is like all your opportunities that you wanted, you got it. Anything that you want, you ask for, you got it. This is a really good karmic card to me, you know. This is definitely the outcome. So do you want this, honey, or do you want this? This is what you're going to get, the way that you're going. You rely on those external influences, and you'll get this. So, you know, definitely, I feel like this, whoever these, you know, this card deck responds to might be very much a fiery person. I see a lot of wands. You could be definitely a fire sign and air sign. So you could be a Leo, a Sagittarius, an Aries. You could be, you know, a Libra, an Aquarius, a Gemini. So definitely a lot of like fiery, very intelligent people in this deck. I have hostilities. Alright, so that definitely corresponds with the Son of Swords. You've got to be really careful about that. You know, maybe you're lashing out. You got to let go of the shadow of the past and see somebody for the first time in the eyes of love. What are you grateful for that they have brought you, so that you can avoid this hostility? And, you know, at least on your part, because you can't control other people. I have a feeling that maybe you're an Aries. I see the horns here. And, you know, he's carrying a sword too, but he's a warrior. So, you know, a lot of you might be Aries, but maybe the person that you're dealing with is an Aries too. What is it that you have control over, that you can change? You can't control the other person's hostilities, but you can control yours, and you can change yours. Happy family. Awesome. Again, with the support card, and the family card. This is amazing, you guys. You are going to have this. You just got to control this. Angel of Strength. Definitely 100%. You could be a Leo. You have a lion here. You also have, you know, a wildcat, a cheetah. This is your Magician's card. You know, this is definitely calling you to harness your strength right now. You are a very strong person. You've been through a lot, and you have the ability to use that strength to tone down this so you can get back to this instead of, you know, being all over the place and being really disappointed and really upset. All right, so start where you are. The great thing about feeling deep, profound, earth-shaking love is that you can start with anyone. Next, love the universe. So, you know, maybe you don't necessarily have to start with the person who did you dirty. Maybe start smaller. Maybe you can start with a friend or a family member that is easier for you. Maybe you don't experience, you know, love as easily as other people might. Don't be misled. Ooh, okay, so definitely my pickups on like this person doing you dirty is like, right girl, because ooh, don't be misled. Make sure that you see what's going on. You are the Daughter of Swords. You are the truth seeker. You are the observer. Make sure you see what's going on and keep that strength up because, you know, temptation's always there. You know, temptation is always there. Temptation to revert back to, you know, the ways that are not serving us anymore. It says, when fear speaks, it's always wrong, unless being chased by wildebeests. And when love speaks, it's always right, and usually bouncy. Game on. Love the universe. All right, so, you know, like, don't be misled. This fear has made you believe a lot of things, and maybe this person's, you know, not much of a truth speaker, a liar, you know. It's always wrong unless it's in like a really pinned down situation. But when love speaks, it's always right. So let go of that shadow of the past and see somebody with love for the first time. This person, you know, could propel you into a whole new, they are going to propel you into a whole new cycle, but it's going to be such a good outcome. And what are you going to be grateful for them for doing that? You know, like, you have to decide if that's where you want to go with that. But yeah, you guys, so there's a lot going on here for group number 2. But, you know, it's not unobtainable. You are the dreamer of your dream. I am the dreamer of my dream. This is possible for you. So don't, you know, don't ignore it. Don't go in all guns a-blazing. Keep it toned down. Ask your friends and family what they think. Ask people you can trust what they know. They teach you anything? The magician, you know, like maybe somebody is around you. All right, yeah, so my camera shut off again, but yeah, I was talking about, you know, if you have like a magician in your life, maybe a mentor, ask them like, you know, what they think about the situation, and you know, they're wise, so this is who you want to be, so maybe you do have people in your life that you're looking up to, so ask them for help, and yeah, you'll be good, everything will be good, everything will be peachy. So that's it for you guys, group number 2. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on my notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye. All right, welcome to your pick a card reading, group 3. You chose the Peacock Or. Girl, learn how to talk. You won't be saying bad words if you know. Alright, so we're going to jump right into it with the universe has your back. You have, through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. And when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Yeah, so definitely telling you to, you know, meditate and keep yourself on a higher vibration. It definitely being peaceful and you know, all that hot saying. Let's look into your tarot cards. All right. Oops. I didn't see that. I don't know. Oh, frig. I just gotta make sure y'all are still recording because my camera likes to shut off. All right. So we have you. You are Temperance. You are a mediator. You are all about that peace, all about that balance. So definitely these cards reflect on you. You know, you're all about making sure that everything's fair and blended and that everything that comes together is tempered perfectly, you know. It's blended very well. So yeah, you are a master at that. That's a really great card. That's your Major Arcana card. That's a really powerful card. You are a very powerful person. Very powerful, calm, very patient person, calm. Now, crossed by. Ooh, you have the Two of Wands. That's an interesting cross. So you definitely have a very set path that's going on here right now. Maybe you're not necessarily following it. This is a very pointed direction. You know, this is a really beautiful card. There's lots of light and everything. So why is this crossing you guys? I'm interested to know. All right, for the root of the situation, you have the Seven of Wands. Okay, I'm getting that this is a confidence issue for y'all. You know, you have all of these, you know, you are very powerful. You have that light that shines. Maybe you're a little bit too much for people. All of your wands that are around you are falling away. Maybe you're too dependent on other people and it's pushing other people away. You know, this is a time to stand in your power, in your strength, in your vibrance, and your light, like your vibrant nature. All right, the past. Ooh, interesting. I have the Four of Wands. This is a beautiful card. This is all about balance. This is all about, you know, all that good, even energy. So, you know, that's your past, but the root of the problem may be that, you know, you're not standing in your power. And people around you, like when you do stand in your power, they react badly. So maybe you're like you're not following your path, you know. Let me see your goal. Daughter of Pentacles. That's a beautiful goal to have. Daughter of Pentacles. She is very kind, very responsible, very sweet, loving. You know, she's very warm. She is very attentive, always looking, you know, for, you know, the best in people. And that's a really good quality to have. Very much a family person, you know. All of the family of, like the Pentacle family are very warm, loving, grounded people. So, you know, you might be I see a lot of wands in here, and I mean, Temperance is a Sagittarius. Maybe you are a Sagittarius and you're trying to reach, you know, maybe a more grounded perspective. Sagittarius is very, you know, I am a Sagittarius. We can be kind of flighty sometimes, you know. We like to be on the go all the time and traveling and everything like that. And maybe it's your goal is to be more still and be more responsible and kind. The future. Son of Pentacles. Interesting that you're getting all these pentacles. Maybe you have like a earth sign like moon or, you know, rising, or maybe you are an earth sign. The Son of Pentacles in the future. This is, you know, a really nice guy, very sweet, hard to get to know because he is shy, just like the Daughter of Pentacles is shy, but, you know, very sweet, very loyal, very determined, but just be careful with that determination, that you're not too stubborn, that you're not, even though you're persevering, that you're not bordering the line between, you know, stubbornness and being just okay, like everything, you know, I want to do this, to the point where you're being stubborn and it's hurting you. All right, now the U card. Your community, you're a friend. You are somebody that is loving, who, you know, is definitely an embracing person. You represent community for the people that are around you in your life. You are like home almost to them. You are family in a way, like, and you know, that's a very beautiful card. You seem to be a very beautiful person. External influences. Justice. All right, so justice. Maybe you're seeing things in black and white, you know, but you have to remember with justice, things, you know, are definitely not cut in two different ways. There's that blending. You have the sword that's hanging over top that's ready to drop, but you know, it's going to cut both of them because their little tails are intertwined. So, you know, you might have one perspective and another perspective, but there's always a blend in there. And with that temperance, you know, being that mentor or that mediator and that balancer of situations, you know, this is definitely interesting card for you to have. It doesn't necessarily surprise me though, you know. So external influences is justice. Just make sure that before you drop that sword, you have a good understanding of both sides. Hopes and fears. Oh, honey, you got the Five of Swords. This is all about self-destruction. You know, it's a really crappy card. You are really hard on yourself. I definitely picked that up with that confidence. You are so hard on yourself, and you are really only like the only person who's undermining you right now. It's just you. You know, all these people that are falling away from you, you know, because of that light, shine your inner power, and you know what? It is what it is. But don't be too stubborn with it, because you're just going to, you know, you might have that fear of like self-destruction and stuff like that. It definitely is connecting, you know. Make sure that that confidence that builds up, you know, you are, you know, very, very sweet. You are a balanced person. Your temperance, that's an extremely strong, beautiful card. You have a lot more going to you, and you have a path to go on. So, you know, don't let other people's opinions sway you from that path, because it'll just result in self-destruction. And don't be hard on yourself, and allow some flow. If you're going to be set in one specific like way, you're going to be stubborn, you're just going to be self-destructing, you know. Like, you have to be a little bit more lenient, a little bit more flexible with yourself, you know, through meditation and prayer. I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. You are a joy. And just because you have a hard time realizing that doesn't mean it's not true. And that's the tea, sis. All right, the outcome. Oh, interesting. So you have the Four of Swords. Now this card is definitely about mental strength. You know, this card is anything that you have total control over this card. You have the swords above you. You are that lamb. You have the sun in the middle of the third eye. You know, you can choose to look up and let your fear take over you and let those swords drop, or you can remain calm like this lamb. Build on that mental strength, that clarity, you know, that focus on your path and what you want to do, what you should be doing, you know. You are supposed to have a very peaceful path, so focus on that. Be that lamb. Be confident in, you know, even though things are just kind of very dangerous around you and you don't necessarily know how stable they are, with that mental strength, you know, you can overcome anything. You can beat out that fear of that self-destruction, you know. Practice that, meditate, pray, you know, enjoy yourself as a person, and you'll be able to get through that. All right, so let's check out your energy oracle cards. The Thinking Man. So, you know, you're an intellect. This is somebody who's gazing into clear quartz. This is somebody, and clear quartz is an enhancer. It definitely boosts everything around you, right? So I would definitely say that maybe these people are very sensitive, you know, to what's going on in their life right now. Like, the people who've chosen this deck, you guys, you know, you're somebody who likes to, you know, consider what's going on with that Justice card. That's important, but sometimes when you overthink, that can kind of hurt you as well. So, you know, try to make sure that in that sensitivity, you don't get sucked into ill health. You don't get sucked into like a path of destruction. Make sure that you definitely take care of your mind right now, your mental health. I keep hearing depression. So maybe if you need that little clear quartz boost, maybe you need an enhancer, maybe you need to talk to a doctor and get a medication, a prescription for you to help you with this, fear and this anxiety and inner turmoil. Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. So this is your heart chakra. So definitely love, creating love at all times. I'm connected to my joyful presence. Your heart center is your center of joy. Definitely trying to remain positive and loving yourself unconditionally, and self-care and self-love, definitely work on that for sure, because the stronger your mind is, the healthier that you're going to be. And you can start with, loving yourself. So action, this is telling me that this is something that's coming right up. You need to take action on this sooner than later. If you don't, your fears might come true, and I don't want to be negative in that way, but definitely start meditating and praying, and definitely focusing on the peace of the world instead of, the destruction. Maybe you're very sensitive to the situation that's going on in the world right now. So take care of yourself with that. You also have, it's not only about being right. In all tests of character, when two viewpoints are pitted against each other, in the final analysis, the thing that will strike you the most is not who is right or wrong, strong or weak, wise or foolish, but who went to the greater length in considering the other's perspective. So, maybe you're assuming a lot about the people around you. Standing in your strength is pushing them away, but it's not necessarily true. It's not black and white. There's no right or wrong, strong or weak, wise or foolish. There's always a mix in between. And you also have, sorry, I'm just checking if it's still recording. And you also have, enjoy your extraordinary uniqueness. Do you know what you've created? Enjoy your extraordinary uniqueness. Do you know what you've created? No. Besides an intergalactically known saunter named after you. Inspiration in the eyes that have watched you. Hope in the minds that have admired you. And love in the hearts that have known you. But you might ease up on your sachet before someone gets hurt. Not bad, kiddo. Not bad at all. So definitely, keep in mind the root of this issue with this path that you're on is a very strict path. Maybe you're the one who's holding yourself to that path. Be a little bit more lenient. You could be, by being so black and white, you could be hurting the people that are around you, even though you might not mean to. So that's definitely something to consider, you guys. Definitely focus on being that kind person. Focus on not being so stubborn and willing to look at all the aspects in life that are coming to you right now, because it's more than just right or wrong or black or white. This is more than just right, yes or no. This is definitely in between. So yeah, if that resonated with you guys, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on my notifications, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you again in the next one. Bye. Alright, group number 4. You guys chose Carnelian. So we're going to hop right into it, because my camera likes to try to die on me. And if I'm looking up, it's because I have a mirror behind the camera that's showing me if it's recording or not. Alright, you have, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. And thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. Definitely a lot of surrendering to the divine going on here for you guys. Alrighty, interesting. Alright, so we're going to look at you, the heart of the matter, what's going on. Look, who's the you, what's going on. Ooh, girl, you have the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is a very skillful, masterful person. So, you are the spider. You create webs. This is something that you know off of heart. You are skilled. You are an expert. Or maybe you want to be that, Something that I feel like most of you are. Some of you might want to be. But yeah, this is you and who you want to be type deal. So definitely a master of skill. Something that's crossing this. Interesting. You have the Ten of Cups. And that is a lot of the time a really, really good card, but at the same time it can be an overabundance of things. So, you know, maybe you have too much going on. Like maybe, excuse me, I don't have corona. I just swallowed my spit. Alright, so maybe you have Ten of Cups, you know. Maybe you have too much of going on. Maybe you have an overabundance of things. It's time to start looking at being a little bit more generous to other people and getting rid of the things that maybe you just don't need. Alright, so the past, the root of the situation. Ooh. Oh. Oh. You got the Nine of Swords. Girl. That is nightmares. That is just a whole pile of doo-doo. That is not good. This is, you know, like visions of, you know, darkness. It's very anguish and pain, but it's all caused by you. So, you know, maybe you are suffering under the amount of things that are going on. You are very skilled at a specific thing. However, you got too many cups going on, and I mean, it's a good thing in a way, but when you have an overabundance, it can be very overwhelming, and the root cause, you know, you're not getting sleep probably, you know, you're having illusions of things that, you know, are too big out of your area, like, of actual being able to do things, you know, like, you know, you might be able to do it, but are you, like, looking after yourself? Are you looking after your friends and family? Are you covering all your bases, or is what you're doing taking up everything, you know, type deal? The past. Father of Cups. So this is a very creative person. This is a very, you know, kind, loving, emotional person. Almost more of a feminine aspect. It's one of the more feminine fathers in the deck. You know, so again, this is not gender, you know, specific. But yeah, you're a very communicative, diplomatic person. You know, you have the ability to teach. You might be a healer, you might be a teacher. You're very good with your words. You're very good with your creative side. Alright, so your goals. Oh, interesting. Sadness. Five of Pentacles, this sadness, ill health. You know, maybe you're neglecting yourself, maybe you're depressed, you know, like your root of the situation is self-destruction in a way, you know, like it's like illusions and nightmares, and, you know, this is also ill health. So, you know, maybe you're just not wanting to get better. Maybe you're comfortable where you are. Maybe you're depressed and you don't have any goals, you know. That's kind of what that tells me, that sadness and despair, that ill health. You know, let's see what the future says. Interesting. Also, again, we have illusions, being like misled in a way. You don't know which way is up, which way is down. You can turn your card up to the sun, but you only have one cup, and you turn it up to the moon, and you have 6 and the other one's empty. So, you know, it's definitely a really hard time for you. You could be losing track of time. You could not be, like, you know, realizing, like, knowing which ways up from down. You're very, like, scattered and just not with it, you know. I definitely think you, like, this all corresponds, you know, a very creative person, masterful at your skill, but you got too much going on and you're neglecting yourself, and it's causing you to have sleep problems, ill health, and sadness, and you really are not motivated to change that. But like it says, if you surrender to the divine and you try to look from a different perspective, you can reach your highest good. And instead of a future that, you know, is full of like illusions and just uncertainty, let's see what we can find out for you. So this next one is you. You are a beautiful butterfly. You are the 6 of Wands. So underneath of you, look at all of this destruction and crap, you know, like this is darkness. You've flown up out of that. You are rising up. You are strength. You are courage. You are transcendent. You are, you know, very capable of flying out of this sadness that you're experiencing, out of this depression, these insomnia episodes, these nightmares, these dark thoughts. You are very capable of coming out of it. I keep hearing artist. Somebody's an artist that this is for. You know, maybe you're having writer's block and you've got too much going on. You haven't been able to focus on your art and it's completely splayed you out of the way. This is what you need to be doing. Focus on your art again. Outside influences, the High Priestess, you know, this is a very calm, very patient, powerful card. She is mysterious. She is psychic, like, and has her spiritual psychic abilities. She has no fear of the dark. She is sitting here with her, you know, her orb that's full of indigo and violet colors, your third eye, your crown chakra. Definitely connect with the universe. The universe is looking out for you. It's there for you. You just got to reach out and you got to take time to sit with yourself and pray and, you know, contemplate and be still like the High Priestess. This is your outside influence that you need to look at. Fears and hopes, balance, change. You fear change. This is why your goals right now are just non-existent. You're just going from one thing to another. It's like there is no goal because you have this opportunity for balance, this opportunity for growth and change, and it's a necessary change. You are that butterfly and you have this butterfly. This change, a butterfly doesn't get to decide whether it's going to change or not. It's going to change. And the whole process of getting up into a cocoon, you know, it's not pretty. You know, a caterpillar literally turns itself inside out, guts and all, just to become this beautiful butterfly. So, yeah, you got guts and eyeballs and maggots and crap. And you got rot in this one, too. But do you know what? You have the ability to overcome that. Don't doubt yourself. And you know, you also are going to, either way, you're going to come out of it in a change and balance. So, you know, hope for that, but don't fear that change because these come in hand. So, you know, this balance and this change, if you fear the change, but you want the balance, you need to embrace both of them, right? And the final outcome. Oh, awesome! This is great! The 4 of Pentacles. So this is all balanced. They're all tied together. This is a beautiful card. It's constantly flowing. It's vibrant. It's gorgeous. But the only thing that I will warn you about is if one pulls, the other one goes and it throws it all out of balance. Be careful about your control problems. You know, I definitely get that you may be stubborn where you're with this goal of not having a goal, you know, and the fear of change and stuff like that. It does kind of point to me that you might be a little bit more stubborn. Maybe you're a Taurus. There's a lot of pentacles in this spread. Maybe you're a Virgo, because Virgo moons especially are very hard on themselves. And there are cups in this layout as well, which, I mean, is very emotional. Water sign. So you could be, I don't know, even a Cancer. Cancers can be very hard on themselves as well. But yeah, so your outcome is really good. It's really balanced. There's nothing to fear. It's just making sure that throughout the whole thing, throughout the whole time, that you're making sure that you're not being too, holding on too tight to something and having too much of an expectation, and bordering on being over controlling of your situation. All right. So we have Healer of the Ages. That's wonderful. The High Priestess, you know, she is very spiritual, and with your butterflies, you know, this transformation, you have, and Father of Cups. He is a healer, you know, a healer and a teacher. Father of Ages, you're masterful at your skills. Maybe you're supposed to be healing and you're putting all of this time you know, into other things, and it's not really what you're supposed to be doing, and so you're suffering and you're caught in this endless cycle of poor me, I'm so sad, like I can't get out of this. But you can. You have all the strength to do that. You are a healer of the ages. You are a butterfly who can rise above. You have the ability to do that. You just need to really take time to stop holding on to negative thoughts and go and maybe like seek therapy, rearrange your life, you know, take into consideration the things that you have, maybe make a list of everything that you have going on in your life right now, and things that aren't a priority for you, cross them off and figure out a way to, you know, remove them from your life, or even the universe might do it for you. Deceit. Interesting. So deceit, you know, it could be you deceiving yourself. You could, like, definitely, here you are thinking that you're, you know, not good enough. You're, you know, this is self-imposed, but you're actually very, very strong. And maybe other people are trying to convince you that you're not good enough. Maybe people are telling you that your art's not good enough, your healing work's not good enough, but that's not for them to decide. You know, it's your relationship with the universe that will tell you whether or not that, you know, maybe you could work on something a little bit more. But the universe is never negative in that way. It's always constructive criticism. So you know when something is telling you a very negative criticism, that it's not coming from a higher place. It's not coming from the universe, because it's not for your highest good. Attachment. Yeah, see, you gotta be very careful with that outcome with your Four of Pentacles. The attachment and control come in that way. You're attached to being sad right now. You know, you're in a cycle, and I definitely get mental illness in a way. You're feeling up from down. You don't know. Maybe you're dissociating, and maybe you're attached because that's where you're comfortable. You don't know, or it's not that you don't know what it is to be healthy. Maybe you just don't remember. Maybe it's been so long that you haven't, you know, you haven't been able to remember what it's like to be healthy and be able to have these goals and remember that you're skilled at what you're doing, and, you know, that you have all this power to transform and transcend, and you just aren't seeing it because of where you are right now. Yeah, so I would definitely, this is a time for you to be calm, standing alone by yourself and figuring it out. You know, none of these cards really call for, you know, support from friends. And with that deceit and attachment, I would definitely be a little bit wary. Maybe the people in your life aren't the best for you right now. But, you know, there is help outside of friends and family. You have therapists, you have counselors that you can always look out to and search for help, like, through. What you give will come back. When in doubt, give. Let them have it. Surrender. Make peace. When there's no doubt, give. Let them have it. Surrender and make peace. Did I make life too easy? Love the universe. P.S. There's no doubt who is number one in my book. Shh. Yeah, so, you know, like, you need to have that confidence in yourself and make sure that you're not holding on to things, that you're sharing your creativity, you're sharing your healing work. You're not keeping that to yourself out of fear for what, you know, what others might think, or out of sadness. Maybe you're going through a grieving process right now and you haven't been focusing on your healing, but you need to get back to that, is what it's saying. You know, too much going on. You need to get back to the root of you being a healer, and you know what to do. In all battles of the heart over the mind, go with your heart. Because truly, it's a lot easier for your mind to catch up with your heart than for your heart to catch up with your mind, a whole lot. Not that I don't love your mind, love the universe. So yes, this is definitely, you know, all about your mind, right? Your mind's not being your friend right now, and it's really, really important for you to focus on your highest good, on your heart, on your healing aspects of yourself, and being that healer and that teacher, because, you know, your mind's really not your best friend right now. It's not allowing you to grow. You know, there's stuff that you need to let go, and it's time for you to realize that you are the butterfly, you are resilient, you can come out of this, you can be completely torn down to guts and nothing, and you can turn it into something, but you need to put your mind to it. You need to just follow your heart. Actually, you know what, tell your mind to go take a break, because it has been thinking too long. You know, it's not your friend right now. Follow your heart. Feel. You need to get back into touch with your emotions. Feel that love. Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. You've got this. Take your heart feelings and connect it to the universe. Surrender to the divine, and this will be able to help you get your best outcome, your balanced outcome. You know, finally, you'll be able to have clarity of mind and a healthy mind if you allow your heart to do the job that it needs to do. And follow your skills, because you're an expert. Like, look at you. You are an expert, and don't let nobody tell you different. You know, like, this is exactly what you need to hear right now. You are an expert at what you do. Get back to doing it and follow that heart, because ain't nobody gonna wait for you, because it seems that, you know, the people who are directly around you aren't gonna be able to help you with this. This is gonna be a situation that you have to do on your own, and that's okay, you know. So yeah, I hope that resonated with you. If you enjoyed, you know, hit that like button, subscribe. You can turn on my notifications, and thank you so much for watching. As always, I have to put a disclaimer out there that all of these card readings are for entertainment purposes only, and I'm not responsible for any decisions or choices that you guys make as a result of my readings. So yeah, well, I will see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching. And I will have some links below, possibly. No, I won't. I won't, girl. I won't. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.